we finally put it together. This guy had his mandatory, and he said, you know what, rather than fight my mandatory, I would like to fight Ryan Rhodes. And I know Ryan previously before said he would like to fight Jamie Moore. So once that happened, it was quite easy to put together. And it's nice to see two rival promotion companies working together hand in hand. And there's been no email for a few days. So we're all here for a big fight. And we've got two nice British title fights on the undercard as well. Obviously, Gary here at the end of the defending bantamweight title against Ian Napper, who most people thought last year was the outstanding boxer of the year, but lost his way in his European title. And he never lost his British title in the ring. He gave it up voluntarily to allow Gary the opportunity. He is the mandatory challenger now, so it's the mandatory defence, and obviously Gary will have a lot to say about that and make sure he retains the title. And the third title is the flyweight title between Chris Edwards and Chini Bayala, who has just been nationalised with a passport. And then we have a centenary title fight between Brian Rhodes and Jason Rustin. So we have a great card, and we have David Price having his third fight, the bronze Olympic heavyweight. He fought last week, so coming through this week, I think we're showing we're going to keep him busy, and hopefully he'll turn out to be the best of the young heavyweight crop. So you get a great opportunity to see him. And the rest of the card is made up of all young fighters from Steve Wood's stable.
We've both been asking for this fight for probably, I met Jamie at the Lee McAllister fight, and we both said to each other, when we're going to get it on. And 3-4 months later, it's on. We both wanted this fight. We could have met, 10 years ago, 4 years ago. Wouldn't have met half as much as what it does for this time. And obviously extra spice, WBC eliminator on the line as well.
You've got to think as well, if we did fight 4 years ago, there wouldn't have been as much at stake, which probably makes it more unusual that the fight's happening, because two British fighters who are world rated, never a world title fight, it never happens, because no one wants to risk losing. So I think we both deserve a lot of credit for taking the gamble. Yeah,
people say we could have took easier options, but we're at this. I think we're both at that stage of our career where we want a world title next. Obviously, I think Jamie should have fought for a world title before this, but obviously he's fighting me. And our next fight, funnily enough, could be for a world title.
Obviously, you and Jamie know each other very well. Is that going to be an advantage or a disadvantage?
I don't really know, really. I've followed his career. I think he's followed mine. It's like we've been around just as long as each other. But it's been an interesting fight on Friday night.
And Frank's talked about this talk of retirement. Is that crossing your mind?
I'm not thinking that all. Same as Jamie's just said, he's not thinking that. Obviously, whoever wins and whoever gets beat, they're being beat by a world-class fighter. So no, not thinking about that.
You never know what other hurdles are going to come, but it's a big fight. It's a massive, going to be a massive occasion, and like you say, hopefully one fight away, within touching distance now.
And it's effectively in your backyard as well, Bolton, only down the road from Salford.
Yeah, 5 miles from my house, Bolton Arena. So yeah, I am at home here, and the crowd's going to be electric, and I'm really looking forward to it now.
And the original date was cancelled because you had a virus. How are you feeling now? How's your training been?
It's great. I was out of the gym 10 days that time, and the only reason it took so long is because I've been waiting for dates off Sky and stuff. It was close season, so there was no boxing in August, so it's just dragged on.
And obviously, Frank's been talking about speak of retirement. We heard you say it then. It's not on your mind at all, is it?
No, not at all. Obviously, I'm 100% confident in my ability, and at the end of the day, we decided to fight Ryan Rhodes. It's not as if we were made to fight him, and as much as I've got respect for him and I think he's a great fighter, I've no doubt in my mind that I've got the tools to beat him.
I can't afford to lose this fight. For me to keep doing what I'm doing, I've got to win this fight, because obviously it leads me on back to the European title and to bigger and better things.
Fighting for a title you never lost.
That's right, but at the end of the day, I got to prove it. Still got to prove it, because I got to respect the guy. He's a champion. He won it. It's not like he never won it. He did win the title. So the way I see it, I've still got a point to prove that I am number one. in Britain. So that's what I intend to do.
And how difficult can it be? Obviously, the original date was put back. Does that play on your mind at all? Does that affect your training?
No, fine enough. You know, you go. I mean, as a professional, I've been a professional for 11 years now. So, in a day, things like do happen in the game of boxing. So you got to just learn to adapt, and that's the way I see it. I just, you know, it's nothing. It's things you got to get on.
It's your job.
It's a job. It comes with a job.
Can't wait to get in there now, you know, 7 hard weeks, training 2 or 3 times a day, you know, cut myself off from my family, you know, all my loved ones, and, you know, I just can't wait now to get in there and, you know, to be honest with you, more to show people what we've got in the locker now. Sick of people going on saying I'm just a puncher, you know, I'm going to show people different skills, you know, I can't wait.
We build it in the press pack as the strong puncher against the slippery mover. Are you going to be able to catch him in that ring and cut him off?
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. We've worked on a few things, so yeah, we'll see. But obviously, I'm obviously going to use my boxing brain as well. You know, because obviously the level I'm at now, 12-round level, you can't just go in there thinking you're going to get easy nights, because there is no easy nights now. This fight is the hardest fight I've ever had, and that's why I've trained so hard, and I'll be, you know, treating it like that when I get in there. You know.